Tigers minor league report here. We're here with Justice Bigbie, one of the big risers in our midseason prospect list, and we're just going to talk to him a little bit about this season. One of the things we always like to ask our first-time guests, though, is about their earliest baseball memory. So if you've got something that stands out there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just I guess my earliest baseball memory would be visiting the Norfolk Tides, the AAA with the Orioles. I'm from Chesapeake, so being able to go to those games as a young kid, I mean, it was fun to watch and look up to those guys.
Were they? So my whole family, extended family's from Norfolk, Virginia Beach.
Okay.
Were they? I don't remember when they went from the Tidewater Tides to the Norfolk Tides.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I know they were with the Mets for a little bit, or actually for a while, and then they switched to the Orioles. I was kind of young, so I don't really remember too much.
But yeah, it's right down there on the water in Norfolk. I think it's Waterfront Stadium or something like that. But that's cool. So we were looking into your background. Okay, you're a multi-sport athlete in high school, right? Were you a quarterback too? Or?
I did. I played quarterback up until college, pretty much, senior year in high school.
You guys pass for 3,000 yards or something.
Yeah.
Like in the Hampton Roads area, there's a lot of good sports there. A lot of great athletes have come from there. Did you have any interest in playing football, or did anybody have any interest in having you play football?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of interest in playing football. I mean, in college, I think that was what I really wanted to play in high school. I mean, that was what I really. I mean, I enjoyed obviously baseball and football, but I think football. I mean, I really enjoyed it, and but I mean, baseball worked out in the end, and I was really thankful for that.
So you ended up at, was it Western Carolina?
Western Carolina.
How did that recruitment process or college process go? Was it?
Yeah, no. So actually, one of my high school teammates, Andrew Bullock, he went to Western Carolina. He was 2 years older than me. He went to Western Carolina, and he actually talked to the coach there and got me kind of in contact with them, and it worked out from there. So I'm glad that it did.
Well, yeah, and I think just going through all your history, it does feel like you were just kind of under the radar. It's a heavily scouted area, I think. Like I said, there's a lot of good athletes there. You're producing like crazy in college, right? Weren't you an All-American in some?
I believe in my first year, I believe.
And then, so I guess 2020 would have been your junior year?
Junior year. That would have been my junior year.
The regular draft year, and it's a 5-round draft, so everything goes, to pot.
Right.
But you come out as a senior, and you I think you had a pretty good senior year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so what was the draft process like? You didn't get drafted till 19th round?
Right, 19th round. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't really know kind of going into the whole process. I didn't really know what to really expect. So I didn't know if or when I was going to get drafted. It was kind of up for grabs. But I mean, I'm really thankful that the Tigers were able to take a chance on me in the 19th round. So.
And so you follow sort of the typical path. You're a later round draft pick, so you're starting down in the complex league, and then did they send you? You were Lakeland last year, right?
Yes,
up to West Michigan at the end of the year.
Yes, yep. So I started my first year after the draft in 21. Played in the FCL for it was a short month and a half or whatever that was, and then starting 2022, I started in Lakeland and ended up getting up to West Michigan late in the year.
And then they bring you back to West Michigan this year, and your stats were fine in the past years, but then this year it just kind of took off. And I don't know, did you make any specific changes, any development objectives, anything that the organization had you work on, or was it just kind of natural?
Yeah, I think I think just really sticking to my process. That's kind of what what I try to focus on is I think if you get too focused on the results, especially in the game of baseball, you're going to get in trouble. Because I mean, you could go out and have an unbelievable game and be 0-4. So I think that's just kind of what I really tried to stick to. Stick to the process, and it's a you have it's a long season. I mean, playing 140 games or whatever it is, it's a long season. So I think really sticking to that process and trying to show up every day and continue that.
Well, and I think one of your games in was in Binghamton last week, you ended up having a really good game, but the first at bat was like a line drive. It was right to the shortstop. Mm-hmm. It was a double play. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
So you gotta focus on the process, right? Not
exactly.
But yeah, so one of the things that stood out to me this year is your power to the opposite field, and I don't know if that's purpose, if that's something that just the way your swing works.
Yeah, it's I mean, going back to high school, honestly, that's just kind of the way that my power has been, to the right center field. So I don't know, I couldn't really tell you exactly why my swing did that, I guess, at a younger age, the way that my body moved and stuff like that. But I think, you know, it's helped me out. It's helped me out a lot. You know, I think just and continuing to try to work and pull the ball more in the air. Also, you know, that's a big part of my game that I want to get better at as well.
Yeah, I would think that would end up you hit the ball hard, you pull it hard in the air, you're going to hit a lot more home runs,
Absolutely.
which is that's your ticket to the big leagues, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, like, you know, things were going great. You get the jump to Double-A, and that's usually like a big test for people. You hit the ground running. It was exactly the same. Did you notice a difference in the pitching, or was it just like, oh, this is still baseball?
No, I mean, you know, in the end, it is still baseball to a certain extent. You know, but I think obviously you can tell. You know, when you get to at least when I got here, just the way that they're able to pitch. You know, they're able to put pitches, you know, where they really want to. So you're gonna have to figure out as a hitter what you can hit, and you know. You don't always need a perfect pitch, you know, to square one up in the gap. You know, you can hit tough pitches and do some damage as well.
How long did it take you to? I know with West Michigan being so cavernous in the outfield, Erie must be a nice kind of change of pace for you a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a big change of pace. I mean, at least playing in the outfield. You know, West Michigan, you got to cover a lot of ground. So, you know, coming here, it's, you know, with the wall in left field, playing a little bit of left field as well. So it's definitely a change of pace for sure. You know, the ball jumps here a little bit more. You know, you have the wall to deal with. So you know, you get some doubles. You get a lot. I've seen a lot of doubles in the couple weeks that I've been here off that wall. So.
And then you have to deal with sometimes the balls go into the bullpen and everybody's scattering around.
Exactly.
But every park is different. But yeah, that's. I mean, because you were primarily first baseman in the first couple years, right?
Yeah, last year I pretty much played. I don't know exactly at the end of the year how many games I played in the outfield. Maybe somewhere around 10. But the rest were at first base and DH occasionally. So yeah, I mean, I played a lot of first base last year, and you know, the transition to outfield. I played a little bit of outfield in college as well, so that was an easier transition.
I think I saw in Baseball Reference you even played catcher when you were like 18.
I did, yeah. I was actually a catcher all the way up until college.
Really? Okay. So
yeah. So that was once I got to Western, I was kind of shaped up into a little bit more of a utility player.
Yeah, I imagine that might contribute to it. You know, if you're playing catcher, it's a hard position, I would say.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I'm trying to think what else we got. We have we talked about the transition to defense.
I think we're good, man.
Health, yeah, your health. You are they on IL? Do you know?
Yeah, no, I don't believe I'll be on the. I mean, I was pretty lucky. No, I mean, obviously, like I told you, no structural damage, so I just got some stitches in there. You know, so once the swelling goes down, it shouldn't be too much longer, honestly. So I got really lucky, you know, all things considering.
I think that's probably you want to get back as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Just to get back and playing, and not even just because you want to play, but just so you're facing the.
I'm sure you're probably gonna have the helmet with the.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, I think most of those guys. But yeah, what?